Tonight, I really wanted to talk about the mental health part of owning a business and really talk about resilience, because I think resilience is a really important topic right now because there is a lot going on in the world and there's a lot that can get you down. And I think being able to be resilient and overcome a lot of the obstacles that we're facing as a company, as a brand, as a Latino people, as Americans, I think we're all facing a lot right now. All of this took a major toll, I would say, on my mental health. And I wanted to share with you guys basically how we have kept going through the last year that we have been banned on Instagram. And honestly, like how we've been kept going since like COVID. We have just encountered one thing after another since 2020. Like the past 5 years have been crazy. It's like that meme where like they show like the Barbie doll head, like me in 2019, like all smiling, and then like after 4 years later it's all burnt and crispy. And that's kind of like the way I feel mentally, like inside in my head. Well, I have to tell you guys, like between COVID hitting right when we were launching our bags, the Instagram ban, which lasted a year, and then of course now the tariffs that are hitting American companies that manufacture overseas like Cisco. I have to be honest with you guys that mentally it has been tough, and I will say it's almost broken me in a lot of ways. To be honest, like I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable. This may sound weird, but like it got to the point where I was just sick of Cisco. I was sick of running this company. I was sick of feeding the social media machine. Like it got to the point where I couldn't even look at Cisco products without just like feeling drained. Like I just didn't even want to look at the designs. I didn't even want to look at our inventory. Brandon would call and I'd be like, I just can't do another business call. Like I just can't do it. I don't know. And I don't know. I don't want your pity. Like I don't want you to have a pity party for Cisco, but it is, I just want to be transparent and vulnerable and open and honest with you guys the way this has been hitting us. It just seems like every time like we're about to like take off, like something gets in our way. But I guess that's life, right? I mean, I can't be whining, like especially blessed to have the customers like you guys that we have. And I have to be looking at the bright side of things, you know? I think that's, it's easier said than done. But it is really the cost of being an entrepreneur, running a queer-owned brand, and also being the face of your own queer-owned brand. Right? Like Cisco is associated with me. I'm the face of the company. I'm always forward facing. I'm always speaking on behalf of the company. And honestly, like sometimes I may appear put together, you guys, but behind the scenes, like I'm falling apart. Honestly, I am falling apart. Just seeing everything that's going on, you know, on top of the company, on top of all the craziness happening in the streets of America right now, it's really taken a toll on my mental health. I don't know if everybody else is feeling the same way, but I hope you're guarding your mental health these days. But it's also important to remain resilient, and that's what I really want to focus on is what keeps me going. Why are we still here after 12 years? And I want to say, I think one of the biggest things is leaning into our customers, leaning into my family, my husband, my daughter, my friends, and my community. I really think that's the way that we get through this, because I think we're all in our isolated little bubbles, doom scrolling on social media. And I found that like the more you start talking with people, getting involved in your local community, we're all feeling the same way. So just know that you're not alone. And I think just knowing that really helps bring me a lot of comfort right now in terms of what's going on. And I have to tell you, like one of the things that really helped bring up my spirits was just looking at some of the comments from customers. And so anytime I get like at my wit's end, I try and remember like why we do this. We're selling underwear, we're selling a product, we want to make a profit, but it's more than that. This company is more than that. It always has been more than that. Since the day we founded Cisco, or I founded Cisco as an online magazine for gay men of color, it was meant to be a place where we could all come together There wasn't a lot of representation back then in 2007 when I started Cisco. I've gotten a lot of strength from your guys' feedback with the company, and I wanted to read like some of these comments. They make me smile, they make me laugh, they make me happy. And just know that when you guys comment, when you guys send us messages, I read them. Like, we really do read them. We're not so big that like, you know, we just let customer messages go by the wayside or we ignore our customers. We actually will read and respond. This one guy messaged us about the backpack, right? He said, why am I at a hospital for a doctor appointment and 2 nurses stopped me and asked if they could touch it? It took me a hot minute to realize they meant my backpack. I thought that was funny. This is a really good one. This guy says, so sad that my colored Cisco originals are now starting to rip. They lasted 7 years. 7 years. Yeah, I said, oh man, that's a good run though. 7 years. I'm telling you, Cisco underwear will last you a long time. And I think that's part of like why we continue to use bamboo in our products, because it's a better value. They last longer. Who wants to buy a pair of underwear and they fall apart after like a week, right? Like, it's a better value. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive than your Hanes or whatever, right? But they'll last you a much longer time. So getting confirmation like that, hearing that from a customer really does like kind of like reinforce why I do what we do and why we have the quality that we have. So this guy is super sweet. Listen to what this guy says. There are many brands out there. What makes yours special is you and your team. Amazing, kind, and humble people. And that is why I continue to support Cisco, because you care about not only the quality of your products, but the people who buy them. That was hella touching, you guys. When I saw that one, I think that one was the one that kind of sent me. To have a brand and have somebody tell you something like that, again, it's just... it's very touching, you guys. And like I said, just don't think that I don't see your comments and your messages, because I absolutely do. Here's another customer comment that I liked. He had just tried our underwear for the first time, and he DM'd us. And he said, I got your underwear today, that my order. And I said, awesome, what did you think? And he says, how do I put this? They make me feel naked. They pass the keep me inside test as well. This customer was like super like well endowed, like super well endowed. He said, I'm feeling myself with a little like crown king. I thought that was really sweet. And so I'm glad we passed that test as well. The reason why I wanted to read customer comments tonight is because really what this does is it reminds me of why I started. And it reminds me of the connection that we have with our customers. Yeah, we're not a big, huge brand like some of the other ones, Calvin Klein or whatever, but the customer base that we have is loyal and they have been following us a very long time. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You know, these really pulled me out of the fog of wanting to give up. This isn't just like underwear. It's more so like emotional armor, because the way I look at it is the more that you can find comfort and the more that you can take care of yourself and rejuvenate, the better you are, the better person you are to move forward and to make an impact and make a difference in whatever it is that you do, whether it be owning your own company, whether it be helping other people, whether it be involving yourself in your community. You know, you have to have something that keeps you going. But I keep going back to this concept of self-care as resistance. The world right now, it seems like they want us tired. It seems like they want us to throw in the towel and give up. There's this weird shift that's happened after the election, and it seems like they want to wear us down. That they want to come after everything that we believe in, everything that we care about, and that they want us exhausted and not in the right mental state to fight back. That's where really taking care of yourself and really rejuvenating when you can. You guys may or may not know, but I own Cisco, and then I also have 2 other like gigs, like corporate. I have a corporate job, and then I have another gig teaching. And then recently, I've really delved heavily into activism in my local community as well. You have to find that time to really take care of yourself. And whether that be like taking a bubble bath or reading a book or just chilling or going to the pool or I don't know, even smoking a blunt, like anything that brings you comfort and peace in these crazy ass times right now is welcome. And I just want you guys to know that despite my little funk, I'm getting out of it, and we're gonna continue move forward. So I'm gonna wrap it up tonight, actually, because so that you know next time we go live. But I just want to tell you guys again, thank you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your friends. Take care of your family. Lean into comfort. Lean into rejuvenation. And then get back in the fight and fight even harder for what you love, for what you believe in, and for who you are. Okay? You promise to do that? I'll promise to do that. Okay? Thank you guys, everybody, for joining me. And happy Friday Eve. I hope everybody has a great Halloween tomorrow. Take care.